I actually joined a dating site this year, and like I get many matches, but like I said,
So you're like, Even though the computer's telling you this is 100% match?
Yeah, no. I actually went on a date with a guy. We went out. It was great conversation, great chemistry. But it just, I'm very strong when it comes to, I'm very confident in my sexuality. So when, went out on a date, and I'm just like, I don't want to do certain things. And I felt pushed, kind of. And it just didn't go the way that I wanted to.
Yeah.
So, but, I don't know if dating online is for me. Just because, if I meet someone face to face, it could possibly be, where I could feel like, about something, and that person could probably reassure me that that's not the case. But online is not the case, because all I have to do is just block the person. Yeah. And it's like,
there's nothing beating like that in-person like energy. So like I'm super into crystals, super into like energy between people, and like conversational and like just like emotional in that aspect of like relationships. So like I met this person, in the pandemic in person, like just casually like, hey, you trying to skate? Like, and at first it was just very like, okay, like, should I talk to him? Should I not talk to him? I'm wearing a mask. Okay, I feel cool, So I definitely do feel that aspect of like when you go see this person and they're being very forward and very comfortable with you sometimes, where it's kind of just like, wait, this is our first time meeting and we're in a pandemic. Like, we don't know each other, so, like, why are you even trying to do anything?
So you say you met him in person. Where did you meet him?
So I actually moved to Baltimore during the stay-at-home order. I was a complete rebel to society. It was honestly the best decision I could ever make, though, for myself as a creative, and for just, like, my evolution as a young woman, honestly. So I was actually with my younger cousin. We were shopping all day, and I took the water taxi. We were in the Baltimore Harbor. They have like a little bit of a walkway and stuff, so usually there's a lot of skaters in that environment, a lot of like artsy people. So I was walking with my little baby cousin, and he was like under this like gazebo style thing, and he had a skateboard, and he was just like, yo, you trying to skate? But I had like some really clean sneakers on. And mind you, like I was walking a certain way all day because I was like, yo, I'm not creasing these like at all. So I honestly told him, yo, I don't skate, but like I'm not skating in these. And he was just like, oh, the G-phase. I was kind of like just hyping up like my fly, and like that's something I really like in a love language. Like I love that whole like style thing.
So you live in Jersey?
No, I live in Brooklyn.
So you live in New York?
I've lived in 3 states in 2020 in this pandemic.
He lives in Baltimore?
He lives in Brooklyn with me.
Okay.
She's like, with me.
Oh my God.
So you guys moved in together?
Yeah, we definitely did do that.
So that makes two of us that got into relationships during the pandemic, because I got my man during the pandemic. So I said that makes two of us that got our man during the pandemic, during COVID-19, because my relationship kindled during that time period. I honestly feel like if it wasn't for COVID-19, even though it's a horrible thing, we wouldn't have been as close.
Likewise.
Because we had the time to give each other. Everything was shut down, and, we were both nervous about what was going to happen. And, I feel like at that time, that's why, yes, some people should try the online dating if you're afraid of in person, because sometimes you feel lonely, and sometimes you feel like you need somebody to hang out with, somebody to talk to, somebody to bond with, especially during a pandemic when everything is shut down.
But personally, I feel more in danger, like, on the online scene, because of that sense of like, this person is not in front of me. I can't like fully identify if this picture is even this person.
Yeah, a lot of people
and like really like make out like their face and stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm paranoid. My mom really like instilled like this like street smart safety in me, where like, look over your shoulder, like I take the subway here, like, it's just like sense of like security and just like making sure you're safe. So like, please be safe. Please. Like, yeah. I'm urging you to, because like, regardless of COVID-19, there's still crazy ass motherfuckers. And like, look,
Well, I'm
it's just
crazy.
not cool.
She's like, okay, we good.
Look,
She's like,
I
I'll
know
shake
you're
somebody.
strapped with it. You
I'll
got
slap
it. You got
somebody.
it. But you can't fix stupid. You really can't. And like, as women, we're very beautiful and very like admirable. And sometimes like it's very intoxicating to some. And we have to be careful.
Online dating is definitely, it has its pros and its cons, but I feel like that's the same thing as in-person dating. Yes, you can be catfished, for example. You can come across somebody that is saying they're one person and they're not. I actually experienced some form of catfishing, like somebody was pretending to be me on Tinder, and someone DM'd me and was like, oh, I found you. I saw you on Tinder. And I was like, what? I've never had a Tinder ever in my life. And they had every single picture of from my IG, they put it on Tinder and were pretending to be me. Just a different name, but like my face, it was me. So it is out there, it does exist, and unfortunately it does happen to people, but it doesn't mean that you should shy away from it if you are looking for love or if you are looking for a partner or just looking for somebody to talk to and you aren't open to the in-person, dating.